You. There we go.
Back to their cat.
Well, evening. We we've been mucking around for probably 40 minutes, trying to get our first attempt at guest star, Twitch's new guest star working. So had a few technical troubles. So sorry about that. So Hicks and I thought we would, try it out, a bit of a chat, sort of do a bit of tag teaming of a little bit of jamming and whatnot. So we'll see how it goes. So, but so far it's been pretty good. The guest star seems to be okay. The audio's pretty good, and the setup was not too bad. It was more the personal setup. For anyone who is trying to fix auto gain problems, like your microphone keeps turning up in Chrome, it actually doesn't do it natively. You have to install an extension to do it, which is a bit of a pain. But anyway, yeah.
And it took us an hour and 20 minutes.
Did it take that long? Oh my God. Yeah. Excellent. So I usually just music. Hicks, you do a bit of gaming streaming as well, don't you?
Yeah, I've been playing around with it. Haven't been doing too much of it. Just kind of playing around with it, having a bit of fun, and done a couple of music things and a little bit of gaming when I feel like jumping on. And I'm not sure what the future holds for me in streaming at the moment, but so for this, which is great.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks for teeing it up, man.
That's right, no dramas. And I remember you did a massive stream because you did that 100 days of jamming on TikTok. Mm-hmm. And then you did a review of your journey, and you played every video?
Yeah, so I did the 100-day project this year, and what I did was 100 days of duets on TikTok. So I basically found either another guitarist or a drummer or any kind of musician that had a little track up there, usually up to 30 seconds, and just wanted to see how I went with like soloing along with them. And I'd done the 100-day project a couple of years prior with miniature painting, mm-hmm. and saw just how amazing it is. It's so powerful to just stick to doing something for 100 days. And I did jump on Twitch, and I went through all the clips that I did over those 100 days and just kind of reviewed it, and mm-hmm. just to reflect on it and see how much it was very surprising to see like the main thing I remember from that was that the second half, like the second 50 days of that, I really liked what the output I had was at the end compared to the first half.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. But yeah, the stream itself, I thought, I might as well just jump online and do it. I'm not sure if the VOD would still be available. It's probably deleted by now. But
How many hours did you end up doing?
Geez, I'm not sure. Because there was 100, around about 30 seconds each. So I think it was about 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, it was only a couple of weeks ago that I did do another like 5-hour stream where I actually just recorded the little bit, which was fun.
Yeah. So for those of that you don't know, sort of the 100 days of sort of started in the tech space, so in coding. So it was like the 100 days of coding challenge, and it sort of morphed into essentially putting aside 100 days of X amount of time, and dedicating it very specifically to a topic. And so I'm in the technology industry as well as Hix is, and I did 100 days of machine learning, which was interesting. So
when did you do that?
That would have been I think it was 2019.
Okay.
And I was obsessed. Like I was literally doing 2-3 hours a day, 7 days a week. It was. Yeah,
so it wasn't even a challenge for you.
Well, it was definitely a challenge, but it's one of those things. Once you start to see the benefits of the consistency,
yeah,
because that's the thing, right? Is that they talk about the compound effect, and if you only do 1% a day, and you do that consistently every day, and you're very, very focused about the purpose that you're trying to do, by the end of the year, you're 30. They reckon you're like 37x what you were at the beginning of the year. So just by doing 1%. So you can imagine if you start seriously putting some time aside into stuff, it's it becomes quite incredible. So yeah. Cool. All right. Well, I think we should probably just do some couple of checks on both sides, just make sure that we can hear each other and whatever. So do you want to maybe try just put a track on and do a little bit of a jam for a couple of minutes?
Yeah, because I know that I've got to switch inputs for that to happen. So
yeah, no dramas.
I'll just jump on for like 30 seconds and make sure that my levels are okay.
Yep.
Because I've got the auxiliary coming out my amp, which I'm also playing on. So I'll just switch inputs now for a second.
But you can still hear me when you've done that, or not?
Yeah, we'll be able to. Yeah.
Okay. All right. No dramas.
How was that?
Yeah, seemed pretty good.
Yep. Guitar up.
Yep.
Or other one up, down.
Maybe the guitar just slightly up, just
okay.
Tie it slightly up, but other than that, it's it was good. All right, I'll do the same. Discord. I have a Discord channel that I spun up. I actually spun it up so that I could check my any backing tracks that I really liked that I like doing on a regular basis. I sort of created a channel to dump them in there. So if that's of interest, the link is in my bio.
Cool.
Actually, I might do the one I did the other day, just a little bit more bluesy. Actually, I'll do my...
Did someone say KFC?
Good old ads. Okay, just give me a thumbs up if the levels are okay. Hang on a sec.
Okay.
Backing track sounds a bit loud to me. Hang on a sec. How's that?
I can't actually hear your backing track at all. What is happening? Because I'm in the guest star app, so I can only hear your other microphone.
Oh, that's interesting.
I can hear your guitar in your microphone, but
Oh, okay, that's a bit of a problem.
I mean, it means I can jump into the live.
No, that'll be
Just
no.
be hearing.
That'll be no good. That'll be delayed. So, hang on a sec.
Yeah, it's quite delayed, and yeah, I hear a double of myself as well.
Yeah, no, you definitely don't want that. Interesting. Hang on a sec. So it must be the same problem as it must be the same problem as you would have, in that you can't have the interface needs to be looping back. Oh, hang on. The interface needs to be looping back into itself, right? So, oh, hang on. I'm an idiot. Hang on a sec. I just had the loop back turned down. Can you hear that?
Cannot.
Okay. All right. Okay, hang on. Well, if anyone out there knows how to get your audio into the new guest star feature, that'd be amazing.
I feel like it's something a mixer's gonna solve, like having a mixer that you just select which inputs you want coming out one particular output.
Well, that's what I have. Oh, hang on. Loopback source interface. Okay, I'm just going to muck around with a couple of things. Hang on. Can you still hear me? Okay. So, nothing yet? So for those out there watching us, we're actually we're trying out the new guest star feature, and we're just having a few audio troubles with Hicks can't hear my backing track, so which is going to be a little bit boring for him. Maybe we will have to. Maybe we'll just have to wear it, my friend. And do you want to maybe have?
I'm running out of headphone battery anyway, so
okay.
This should I should be able to get a 5-min jam in, and then.
All right. Then we
Yeah, it's something about routing this current input that you've got, and then the backing track just into a bus, and then selecting the bus.
Yeah, so that's that article I read about making an aggregate device is probably the way to go about doing that. So, all right.
Oh, the Mac aggregate devices.
Yeah. So in the MIDI setup, it said you could join two things together. So we might be able to do system output and whatever, and then Twitch we use that aggregate device rather than the other one. So
I actually helped a friend who was setting that up recently.
Mm-hmm.
She did that, so you need third-party software to download on Mac to do that. It looks kind of dodgy because you need to like sign up for them. I'll find them out for you and send them to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because the one she used worked.
Okay. All right. Well, do you want to have a bit of a jam? I'll have a bit of jam. Have a bit of chat, and then when your headphones die, you've got to go. Is that what you're saying?
They're like noise cancelling, so they sound good at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So if I could do my jam first.
Yep. All right.
And then I'll go for about 5 minutes, and then I'll hand it over to you.
Done. All right.
Awesome.
Enjoy.
Thank you. I'll just use this track that I had up. It should be fun. Changing inputs helps. There we go.
Nice.
Yeah, a bit of abrupt end, but
Yeah, that's all right. That was good. Good. Is that just just a YouTube track?
yeah. The elevated ones.
Oh yeah, he's awesome. And
Great.
Quist is the other guy that I do a lot of. So now your guitar is 7 strings, right?
Yeah, this is 7-string. It's more of a metal guitar, but yeah, I'm on the neck pickup, and the clean tone on this orange amp is great. I love it. So turns out pretty good.
Yeah, very cool. Awesome. All right. Now you're going to stick around for a bit longer?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right. So sorry, when your headphones run out, does that mean you won't be able to hear, or they're just not as good?
I can hear. Yeah, it's just it's not as good.
All right. I'm going to do.
Unfortunately, I'm not able to like mute the guest star to jump onto the stream either.
Not able to.
Yeah, so like I can see our screens, and the only option it gives me is to report you. I can't just.
That's a bit
I can't
savage.
just mute you to jump onto the stream so that I get the backing track audio as well. But I mean, if this is a new feature, I guess it's this is probably just the MVP.
Yeah. Actually, I did notice that Streamlabs does. I think Streamlabs has a component that allows you to do multi-streaming. So I might have a bit of a read into that as well. Like there might be another option. So.
All right. I have seen a couple of people on Twitch that stream at the same time. I'm not sure exactly how that works.
Thanks, Phelpsy. Just got someone in the chat.
Yeah. Cheers, mate.
How's the audio, Phelpsy? Good. Given all the trouble we had tonight.
I think we've done pretty well.
I agree.
A couple of hours.
Yeah. No, I agree. We so Twitch released a thing called Guest Star. So where are you? So James Hicks here is we're using a feature in the background that is sort of giving me the opportunity to put Hicks's video into my stream. It was a pretty rocky start. We had a lot of issues with it, mainly at my end with the hardware. So anyway, it's all good.
Yeah, so I'm actually just in like a client as if it were like just on Chrome as if I was in a Google Meet call. Yeah. I'm not actually doing my stream, even though this is the same camera I use for streaming in that.
Actually, I wonder if I can show that. Hang on, I wonder if I can. Can I share my screen? Yeah, I can. Hang on. Let me. Might be interesting. So, Phelpsy, can you see that? Can you see the shared screen? Or can you only see the...
Yeah, because that's, it comes up for me, but I'm not sure if that's just...
Oh, no, hang on a sec. So I've got to put it in stream. Hang on a sec.
Oh, yeah. Might give you another layer.
Oh, it does. Hang on. No. Hang on. I've just got to add another browser source. Just give me a sec.
Yeah, right. I haven't used OBS. I've just been using the Twitch client.
So I'm using. I've got Streamlabs OBS. So I just found it came bundled with. Okay, so screen share. Close. Oh, look at that. Holy moly. So there you go, Phelps. See, that's what it looks like in the background. So it's just like like he said, it's like a Google Meet type idea. and then you can just each of those screens you can take a separate link, and then you can embed them in the stream. So anyway, interesting.
Yeah, the joining and setup for that part has been fairly straightforward. It's just the audio inputs and outputs.
And according to this, you can have up to 5. You can have 5 slots, so we could actually have 5 people embedded, which is crazy. Crazy. All right, so I'm just going to stop sharing.
Well, I guess we could just jump on another backstage to once you've got the dual input thing set up.
Yep.
And we can try that and have another jam.
Yeah. We can definitely do that.
Yeah, I might just jump off and check out if you're going to have a little jam now, so I can actually watch you and hear it properly.
Yep. All right, no, thank you very much, mate. Really appreciate you popping in.
Yeah, no worries.
We'll do it
actually
again.
just before I go though, just a quick question: how you've been going with your how you've been going with your improvising and that. It's something that I do semi-regularly. I've been doing for a while, but I usually just kind of go with the flow. I haven't spent an awful lot of time on the theory. I know that your theory is come very far since the last few years, which is impressive. Do you have any particular things that you've been leaning on in your improvising lately?
Yeah, for sure. So so I've been working with a teacher since 2018, and so I have fortnightly Zoom. I actually found him on YouTube, and I started having lessons with him, and he was in Las Vegas, and then he moved to through COVID he moved to Bangkok, but we continued our lesson. So so what's really good about the journey that I've been on is you as a guitarist you learn like the blues and the pentatonic and all of the boxes, and I found that I got stuck in those boxes, and being able to get colourful melodies was quite difficult. So what we've done is we've branched now into I don't want to go into too much theory, but scale modes. So in particular, because a lot of rock and a lot of blues, they use 7 chords, and minor 7 and dominant 7 chords. So with minor 7 chords, you can use the Dorian mode, and with dominant 7, you can use mixolydian. So, and all that means is it just adds. And what's really good about it is it just adds a few extra in the beginning, a few extra notes of color to the boxes that you knew before. It just starts to add a little bit more flavor. And then when you actually learn the full scales, and so what I've done is I've gone learnt the new modes. We've gone into arpeggios, so that's sort of when you break a chord into its notes and you play the individual notes. So, but learning the appropriate arpeggios for the mode that you're in. So, and
it sounds like you're pretty deep.
I'm eyeball deep, and still struggling. But
it's like all the terminology I know about, and I know somewhat parts of it. Putting it all together is
but the crux of it is that the entire crux of it is being able to play something on the fretboard that matches the underlying chord. That's it. So, and the more complex the chords in the progression, the more difficult it is to play that more lush. So for a long time I've been doing single chord progression so that I could stay in the one chord, and then I don't have to think too much. But now what we're doing is we're shifting chords and we're shifting keys as well. So I'm actually moving from one key to another key, which is...
Yeah, that's something like... So that track that I was playing against was D, And yeah, sure, I was sitting just pretty much in the boxes
Yep.
that I know and the shapes. So I was hitting a lot of the same notes. The things that I've learnt, not based on theory, is the more just like music parts, which is trying to just tell more of a story, as opposed to just going up and down. Having played music for around 15 years, I'm okay in that manner. But yeah, definitely actually knowing something like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, this is in the key of D, but if it moved to a C, I'd probably hit a bunch of bad notes before I realize, oh, it's actually moved up into C now.
Yeah.
I'll move down into C.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I think the good thing is that the stuff that you learnt in the beginning, like the boxes, I use those as the anchor, like the reference, and then you just layer things, continuously layer more and more on top of that. So I use that as the anchor as to where I am, and then you just learn deeper and deeper layering on top of that. So
yeah, it was something you do hear a bit is like playing outside the box, and that was something I did experiment a bit with when I did that 100-day challenge. There was a couple of clips that I did where I purposefully, like intentionally, played those wrong notes that were outside, and it was that was interesting experiment for me to realize that you can play any note, but it's just knowing when to lean more in or outside the box to give it certain flavor.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. I mean, you hear it, particularly in like jazz, you hear a lot of outside the box stuff because it's all just any note, but they make it work.
Yeah, and it's all about, again, it's all about when you get really good and I'm far from that, but understanding the notes in the chords underneath, if you play any of those notes, it'll sound really good. But you can pass through notes that are not quite appropriate, but they still sound good. So yeah. And like you said, I like what you said before about it's about telling a story, and that's where it becomes like it's almost the spaces and the accents that you put on the melody. They actually add even more than just the notes. So it's actually better to play less notes and with more feel. And I think that it makes for much better solos than just playing a million. Like I don't enjoy shredding. Like I understand the technical excellence behind it, but these people who are doing 700 notes a minute, for me that doesn't do a lot after the first 10 or 20 seconds. So.
Yeah, there's very specific types of shredding that I can appreciate. Stuff that is just fast for fast, it never works with me because the main thing I like about music is melody.
Yeah. So
there are a lot of bands that I listen to that are quite fast, and there is a lot of shredding, but it's very melodic. But there's something else you said. I just wanted to touch on quickly. Yeah. What you're saying about like the spaces and using less notes. Have you ever played with the challenge of like 2-note solos and things like that?
No.
No.
No. I don't know if I'm game enough to do that.
Because even if it's just for like a minute or 2 minutes, just try and stay on the 2 notes. And I mean, it doesn't mean that you can't bend up to another note.
Yeah.
But it forces it's that limitation that really forces you to,
So are you saying two single notes and that's it? But you can play those notes anywhere on the fretboard?
I'll say, okay, yeah, there's that. So you can play the same 2 notes on anywhere on the fretboard. You could, I'd say it's more positions, 2 positions. So, you can slide up to it, you can slide down to it, you could bend, you could half bend, do as many bends as you want. But yeah, there's some times where you might, like, there's a John Mayo solo I remember where there's like a little lick that he does where I thought, oh, that melody was so good. I really liked it. And it was only probably like 3 or 4 notes, half a scale worth of notes.
Yeah.
And it was just because of how he bent into the notes, or that just gave it such a good flavor,
Yeah, and I mean, I follow a lot of guitarists, and there's a couple that I really love, and modern ones. Josh Smith is one, and Joe Bonamassa, and they're the same. Like they don't need to play 1,000 notes a minute, and what they come out with is amazing. So. And I'm obsessed with so there's a band called Scary Pockets, and they do a lot of funk covers, and they just recently did one that featured Joe Bonamassa and a vocalist, Hunter, who I'd never heard of, but she's amazing. And it's a Prince cover called, hang on, I've got the name here somewhere, How Come You Don't Call Me Anymore? And it's just amazing. Like it's so minimal, it's got a little bit of drums, it's got a little bit of bass, a little bit of muted picking, and then it's got a vocalist and a little bit of like electric piano. And the rest of it is just beautiful melody on vocals and beautiful melody on, and solo.
Have you got it? Is there a live YouTube clip of that you can send us?
I absolutely. Oh well. I've literally been listening to it on repeat, so hang on a sec.
The teenage girl effect.
Yeah. Teenage girl effect? Okay, I haven't heard that.
Oh, yeah, it's just, yeah. It's not often anyone else listens to songs over and over.
Yes, I'm guilty. I'm guilty of that. Movies as well. Once I find a movie I like, I often watch it many times. Are you one of those people that don't? Have you and I had this conversation before? You refuse to watch movies more than once, or you don't generally?
I will rewatch a movie if I really like it, because I tend to forget everything that happened. I come out the end of a movie and I think I really like that. I don't know why, so I'm going to watch it again. But yeah, I definitely won't overwatch it. Albums I can listen to start to finish plenty of times.
Oh yeah. Yeah, fair enough.
But single songs, I mean, I do just prefer listening to albums start to finish. So
yeah. Oh, okay.
All right, mate. I'm gonna let you have a shred. I'll jump off this and jump into your chat and hang out for a bit.
No dramas, man. And I just sent you the link to the
awesome.
The cover. Thanks for making an appearance.
No worries.
Cool.
See you shortly.
See ya. Bye.
Cheers.
Well, there you go. That is the guest star feature. Now, just bear with me for a second while I reposition my cameras. Hopefully that works. Yep, okay, beautiful. So, oops. Hicks, if you're still there and if you can hear me, would love to do some more of that. Sorry, just bear with me while I adjust my camera. All right. Do a little bit of blues to start with. Okay. me, is that it? Sorry, my camera's gone all whack. Oh yeah, no, we'll definitely, I have guitar in left only. What does that mean? Not sure what that means. Oh, right. Oh, sorry. The like the left channel. Okay. I understand. Okay. Just bear with me while I get. Your mic and background track are centered. I wouldn't even. Oh, actually. Okay, so is it still centered now, or is it in? Should be in the left now. Has it changed? Testing. Maybe mic was on the right. Maybe mic was on it. Interesting. I've got a dial. Oh, hang on. Oh no, here we go. Oh no. I've got a dial that I can switch it left and right, but I don't know whether it's actually doing much. Okay. Enough talking. Let's do some jamming. Tuning helps. Nice. Nothing like a little bit of gritty blues. All right. Well, look, I might give it one more a go before we finish up tonight. I was just talking about this track that I have been listening to by a cover by Scary Pockets. They do really cool, funky sort of whatever. It's something I'm working on. It's a work in progress. So bear with me as I try and pan it out. I'm going to use the looper. So yeah. Thanks, Phelpsy. Appreciate that. Appreciate the company. Let me tell you, streaming with no viewers or viewers who are not interacting is so difficult. Okay, some new hardware today, Phelpsy. It's new keyboard. So I needed something that was a little bit bigger on the desk. So. All right, so let me just get my bearings. Just make sure I know what I'm doing here. Okay. Put you on. All right, let's see if we can pull this off. Okay. There you go. Still a work in progress, but yeah, it's coming along. Cool. All right. Well, Hix, thank you so much for coming onto my stream tonight. It was a lot of fun, and I'm actually really looking forward to the next one. I think once we get the audio sorted out, that'll be good. Phelpsy, thanks for popping in. Very, very much appreciate it. Thank you, mate. I get, I get actually very nervous streaming. So I find, obviously, in the comfort of my own self, I feel way better. But anyway, that's why we're here, to get a bit of experience and exposure to, making ourselves a little bit uncomfortable. So. No, it's all good. Cool. All right. Well, I'll find. I've got somewhere we can just jump in and raid. So yes, again, very, very much appreciate your time, and we'll talk to you very soon. Thank you very much, and see you next time.